Today's epistle lesson comes from Paul's first letter to the church in Corinth, chapter 2, verses 1 through 8. When I came to you, brothers and sisters, I did not come proclaiming the mystery of God to you in lofty words or wisdom. For I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. I came to you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. My speech and my proclamation were not with plausible words of wisdom, but with a demonstration of the Spirit and of power, so that your faith might rest not on human wisdom, but on the power of God. Yet among the mature we do speak wisdom, though it is not a wisdom of this age or of the rulers of this age, who are doomed to perish. But we speak God's wisdom, secret and hidden, which God decreed before the ages for our glory. None of the rulers of this age understood this, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. This is the word of God for the people of God.
Thanks be to God.
Sometimes I hear people say they wish the church today could be more like the New Testament church. And when I hear people say that, I think, oh, I hope it doesn't get that bad. Because when I say that, I'm mostly thinking of the church in Corinth. If it had been a Methodist church under the appointment system, it'd be the one where when you go into the DS and he tells you you're going to Corinth, he says, now here is an opportunity. And man, when a pastor hears that, he knows he or she's in a difficult situation. And the Corinth church was a troubled church because there were so many divisions within it. And if this was not a communion Sunday, I'd elaborate on those a little bit more. But the first one that Paul tackles is the division caused by wisdom. But this church was so divided, it didn't have one division over wisdom, it had two. And the first division was between the people who were proud of their PhDs and their master's degrees from the Corinthian Institute of Technology in whatever, Athens University. And they kind of looked down on the people in the congregation who were less educated than they were. And Paul tries to address this by saying to them that when I came to you, I decided to know nothing among you except Christ and Him crucified. Now, to decide not to know something means you have to know it. And Paul was an extremely educated man in his day and age, not just in the study of the Torah and the Old Testament, but in Greek culture. He was not one of those Jews who rejected the Greek culture. Paul was very sympathetic. And in the 16th chapter of Acts, Luke describes his ministry in Athens, the center of learning for the world. And in his sermon at Athens, he quotes Greek drama and Greek poetry. But his ministry in Athens was not successful. It appears to be the only place he went that he did not leave having founded a church. And the next place Paul goes from Athens is to Corinth. And I think that after his experience in Athens, that's when Paul decided to know nothing except Christ and Him crucified. And he says to the Corinthians, I didn't use words of lofty wisdom. I didn't use all the tricks of the trade in Aristotle's book on rhetoric. I decided to know nothing but Christ crucified. Now, Paul had not turned into an anti-intellectual. But he knew that the way we come to know the saving power of Jesus Christ is not through studying books and having human knowledge and wisdom. There is no way that logic and philosophy would bring you to the conclusion Christ sent His only begotten Son in the world to die on the cross and after 3 days he rose from the dead. Logic and philosophy and drama and literature would never bring you to that conclusion. And so Paul decided to know nothing but Christ crucified, and to demonstrate, not with plausible words of wisdom, but in action, in the power of God. So that was the first division of wisdom. But there was another division of wisdom that had to do with people claiming that there was a further revelation, a secret revelation. And of course, they just happened to have that secret. That it was more than just what they had been taught by Paul. Now, it's not a perfect analogy. The closest thing I can think of today are Christian Scientists and Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons that claim there's a further revelation. And Paul says, no, it's obvious. It's right out there. It's the power of God. And then, using irony, he says, but you know, in a way, there is a secret wisdom of God. The rulers of this world don't know what it is. It's secret from them. It's hidden from them. And the paraphrase probably said it's hidden in plain view. And he doesn't go into a lot of detail here, but if you read all of his letters, it's obvious what he is talking about, and he states it implicitly in verse 8. He said that if they had known this wisdom of God, they never would have crucified the Lord of glory. If they had understood the power of God, if they had understood the wisdom of God, they would not have crucified Jesus Christ. You see, they thought that if you had enough power, you could ignore justice. That if you had enough power, you could ignore love. That if you had enough power, you could ignore mercy. And so the Romans and the Jewish leaders thought they could ignore all these things and put an end to the ministry of Christ by crucifying him. But the Roman Empire is long gone. And the power of the cross is still alive. At the end of World War II, when it became obvious the Allies were going to win, and they were talking about how to rule Europe after the end of the war, and Winston Churchill said to Joseph Stalin, now, you might want to consider what the Pope thinks about some of these things. And very cynically, Joseph Stalin said, how many divisions does the Pope have? But the Soviet Union is gone. And the power of the cross, of justice and love and mercy, still prevails. And in the world today, you can see many places where people still are ignorant of the power of the cross. People in government and out of government who think that if they have enough power, they can just ignore justice. If they have enough power, they don't have to worry about mercy. If they have enough power, they can conquer love. And they may succeed for a moment. But in the end, the power of the cross, the death of Christ on the cross, will overcome all sin. The wisdom of the cross that is foolishness to the world, the power of the cross that is weakness to the world, will prevail to the end. And all who hate justice and mercy and love will perish from the face of the earth. Thanks be to God.